Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and this time, there will be no excuse to be late. Well, the O'Reilly Series takes a break from racing this weekend and probably next weekend as well. The Truck Series race has a Richmond. A storm appears in the area, which means we have another weather delay. Not again. But the good news is that we have wet weather procedures just in case this happens, as it is a short track and you can use rain tires here, unlike intermediate ovals where you can't. Never mind. The race got delayed till Saturday as lightning appeared in the area. Dang it! Here we go. We finally get some action. After a lengthy weather delay, this year's Black's Tire 250 at Richmond finally begins with SVG and Kaden Honeycutt bound for lead. Honeycutt and SVG go side by side. Ah crap, Kaden Honeycutt got past SVG. Dang, I wanted SVG to win. Majeski and Chandler Smith battle for third. Out of nowhere, Grant Enfinger appears in fifth. Wait, how did he get here? Even crazier is the fact that Nick Lights is in sixth. Meanwhile, the battle in the midfield goes 3 wide when Corey Heim appears. He also got past Tristan McKee. Kaden Honeycutt's lead gap now increases to over a second. Well, at least Riggs isn't leading this time around. So far, not much is going on. Riggs has gotten past his teammate Chandler Smith for fourth. Lap traffic becomes a factor and Kaden Honeycutt's lead gap starts to shrink, but it's still not enough for SVG to get past him. We also hear that Tristan McKee might get Michael McDowell's seat whenever he retires. Yeah, like if Michael McDowell retires, then Tristan McKee gets his seat. Still no Ram trucks in the top 10. Dang, not even Elliott Sadler can get to the top 10. Justin Haley goes a lap down. Even with SVG's best efforts, Kaden Honeycutt still wins the first stage, which was rather uneventful until the end. But anyways, our first race off pit road begins, and Kaden Honeycutt wins the race off pit road. And Tyler Ankrum gets penalized for his pit crew going over the wall too soon. Dang it! Anyways, the second stage begins with Kaden Honeycutt jumping to lead, even when SVG tried to run him down. Riggs is in third. Hold him off, SVG! Don't let him get past you! Oh no, Ty Majeski blows a tire and had to come down to pit road. Man, that was so close. He goes 2 laps down because of this. Ty Majeski manages to unlap himself and is now 1 lap down. Ankrum McKee and Lewis battle for 11th, and it also goes 3 wide for a bit. Riggs and SVG battle for second. Come on, SVG, don't let him get past you! Enfinger appears in 4th and is right behind Lane Riggs. Ah crap, SVG wasn't able to hold off Lane Riggs with 8 to go on the second stage as he nearly got into the wall. Dang it! He is now in danger of losing third to Grant Enfinger. SVG falls back to 4th as well. Hopefully pit stops will mix things up, and just like that, Kaden Honeycutt does a stage sweep as he won both the first and second stage. Is there anyone that can stop him? But anyways, our next race off pit road begins, and once again, Kaden Honeycutt wins the race off pit road. Yes! Lane Riggs finally has trouble at pit road. Now, this will give other drivers a chance to get one of the top 5 spots. That's exactly what I wanted to see. Anyways, the third and final stage begins with Honeycutt and Enfinger bound for lead. Also, SVG went to the back due to an uncontrolled tire stop. Saying it as if it couldn't already get any worse for SVG. Because of this, SVG is no longer in contention to win the race. Oh well, at least Lane Riggs isn't leading this time around. But that doesn't mean the race is still not exciting, because it isn't. So far, it's nearly putting me to sleep. Chandler Smith and Lane Riggs battle for 4th, and Corey Heim is also in 5th. SVG plans on staying out to run long. Riggs takes 4th. Chandler Smith falls back to 7th. Honeycutt continues to lead with a 1.6 second lead gap. Chandler Smith comes down to pit road. Honeycutt's lead gap keeps increasing while Lane Riggs makes his pit stop. Stuart Friesen is next to come down to pit road. Ankrum makes his pit stop. Phew, that was close. Cole Butcher nearly got involved with Jake Garcia and the other Canadian in the field, Stuart Friesen. That could have caused a caution, but I'm glad it didn't. And the first non-stage caution just came out. Oh no. Stuart Friesen hits the wall and wrecks his truck. Ah crap. This is not good for him because he's near the chase bubble. Because of this, he had to come down to pit road. Anyways, a few drivers come down to pit road. Enfinger wins the race off pit road. The race restarts with Kaden Honeycutt continuing to lead, but Heim is in second. We get the Craftsman 20 to go, but not much is going on. Honeycutt's lead gap is starting to shrink, but won't be enough as we have 5 to go. On the final lap, Heim has no chance to win as he doesn't have enough time to catch up to Kaden Honeycutt, and just like that, Kaden Honeycutt wins a rather uneventful race at Richmond. Yeah, I'm glad that Lane Riggs didn't win, but it was still not very exciting, so it gets a 7 out of 10. Yeah, it was a rather uneventful race in my opinion. There wasn't even much that went on in that race. It put me to sleep. Yeah, I'm one of those people that gotten sick and tired of seeing Lane Riggs win all the frickin' time, but I don't think that Kaden Honeycutt will save this one because, well, it's still a rather uneventful race, and yeah, hopefully the Cup Series race will be better, I hope. But anyways, it is time to sign off. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace out. Greetings, NASCAR enjoyers, and we have the first NASCAR race on at a Saturday night this season. As we head closer to the regular series finale, we have a few tracks left on the schedule, at least on the regular series finale. This is before the chase. This year's Cookout 400 at Richmond begins with Briscoe and Blaney battling for the lead. Blaney also gets a push. Here we go. This is getting exciting, and it's what I expect from Richmond. Believe me, the Truck Series race was a snooze fest. The battle is on. It's Penske versus JGR. Blaney takes the lead. Now Briscoe has to deal with Josh Berry, who is also driving for a Penske affiliate. Yeah, Wood Brothers is basically a Penske junior team at this point. Berry takes second from Briscoe. Denny Hamlin is in 11th. Joey Logano comes down to pit road and Kyle Larson also joins in alongside him. Denny Hamlin now has jumped up to 8th. Reddick is next to come down to pit road and several more also join in. Blaney gives up the lead to Gibbs. Hamlin comes down to pit road. Man, pit road sure is busy. Ty Gibbs is next to come down to pit road and gives up the lead to Bud Walls. Several more then join in. Byron Zilich and Chastain make their pit stops. Bubba Wallace is next to come down to pit road. Austin Hill and Ty Gibbs both got penalized for different reasons. Austin Hill gets a loose wheel and Ty Gibbs goes too fast on pit road. Ah crap, here we go again. Again with the pit road speeding. Seriously, stop that, Ty Gibbs. There's a reason why pit road has speed limits, you know. NASCAR also moved the cone in response to drivers finding it difficult. Blaney is back in the lead after the green flag pit cycles have ended. So far, the race has cooled down after the green flag pit cycles. Ryan Blaney gets caught in lap traffic. This causes Chase Briscoe to get closer. Gregson now goes a lap down, and just like that, Ryan Blaney wins the first stage of the 2026 Cookout 400 at Richmond. But anyways, several drivers come down to pit road. Ryan Blaney wins the race off pit road. We also get the Diffs Did You Know segment during the broadcast itself, and he talks about Austin Dillon. Anyways, the second stage begins with Briscoe and Blaney battling for the lead. This time, Briscoe takes the lead. Bo Wallace goes high as there was some contact. Hamlin's in 5th. Austin Dillon blocked Chris Buescher. Hamlin Logano battle for 4th. Come on, Denny, get past that clown. I'm talking about Joey Logano, by the way. Probably one of the most cursed-looking NASCAR drivers, in my opinion. Contact ensues, and Logano pulls away from Hamlin. Dang it! Although, now that I think about it, he looks more like a mafia boss or a gangster than a clown. Yeah. Don't let the gangster win this one. Hopefully the pit stops will shake things up. Ryan Blaney gets to the bumper of Chase Briscoe. It's not just a race, it's a short track showdown. Blaney takes the lead. Hamlin falls back to 6th as Josh Berry got past him. Let's hope that Denny Hamlin has a comeback. Ryan Preece comes down to pit road. Ty Gibbs is also next to come down to pit road. Several more then join in. And our first non-stage caution just came out. Zane Smith spun out and hit the wall. Several drivers come down to pit road during the caution period. Chase Briscoe wins the race off pit road. The race restarts with Chase Briscoe jumping to lead. Holy crapper! Riley Herbst is in 11th. And he fell back to 12th. Oh well, he tried to get to the top 10. Hamlin and Blaney have contact. Yeah, it seemed that he did a failed bump and run. Hamlin takes 3rd. Austin Dillon and Ryan Preece make their pit stops. Connor Zilich got penalized for going too fast on pit road. Dang it! Uh-oh, Chase Briscoe has a brake shake issue. Yeah, first time hearing that. Whatever you do, do not let Joey Logano, the gangster, get past you. Not even Cole Custer can hold up Joey Logano. Ah, crap. You should have blocked him while you had the chance. Kyle Larson comes down to pit road. Christopher Bell and Alex Bowman are next to come down to pit road. Several more then make their pit stops. And Austin Cindric almost hit Daniel Suarez. Man, that was close. Chase Briscoe has got to the rear bumper of Joey Logano. Ryan Preece makes another pit stop. The bad news is that even after the green flag cycles have ended, Joey Logano still continues to lead. Here's to hoping that Briscoe or Hamlin will get a chance to get past him on the stage caution. Kyle Larson comes down to pit road. Chase Elliott is in 5th. Wait, where'd he come from? Kyle Larson is trying his best to get his lap back. Hamlin and Briscoe battle for 2nd, and just like that, Denny Hamlin is now in 2nd. Joey Logano laps Bubba Wallace after he failed to hold him off for a while. And just like that, Joey Logano wins the 2nd stage of this year's Cookout 400 Richmond. Ah, crap. If he wins, it'll ruin the race. Yeah, it's never a good thing when Joey Logano wins. Remember, well, unless if you're a Joey Logano fan. But anyways, our next race off pit road begins, and Joey Logano wins the race off pit road. You gotta be kidding me. Here we go. The 3rd and final stage begins with Chase Briscoe and Joey Logano battling for lead. He tried to jump to the lead, but Briscoe keeps up with him. Chase Elliott has some contact with Denny Hamlin. Chase Briscoe clears Joey Logano. Yes! Someone finally got past him. Let this be a lesson to you, Joey Logano, aka the Gangster. SVG comes down to pit road. We also have the broadcasters mention that SVG said that a truck helped them better than a O'Reilly Series car since they were more similar. Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric come down to pit road. Chase Elliott also comes down to pit road. Kyle Larson and Todd Gilliland are next to come down to pit road. Hocevar stalls when he gets to the wall. Caution just came out. He blew an engine after he misshifted. Dang. It's the first time I ever saw this issue. You misshift, you shift into a wrong gear, and bam! You blow an engine. Yeesh. Be easy on the engine, man. Tyler Reddick and Denny Hamlin both come down to pit road. Ryan Blaney also makes a stop. The race restarts with Chase Briscoe and Joey Logano continuing to battle for the lead. Brad Kay has some contact with Ty Gibbs. Ty Gibbs comes down to pit road, and next to join in are Chase Briscoe and Austin Cindric. Joey Logano and Chase Elliott make their pit stops. Josh Berry is next to come down to pit road, and Denny Hamlin also makes his pit stop. Kyle Larson is next to come down to pit road. Reddick is next to come down to pit road. Blaney comes down to pit road. Logano and Briscoe come down to pit road. Joey Logano takes the lead after Christopher Bell falls back. Not again. Briscoe's back in 2nd. The battle for the lead continues. Come on, Briscoe, get past him. And just like that, we have another race ruined by Joey Logano. And yeah, some of you Joey Logano fans will absolutely go over the moon trying to celebrate the Gangster's win. But believe me, I am not a fan of Joey Logano, and I didn't like it when he won. But hey, at least the race gets a 7 out of 10, regardless. Well, looks like Richmond didn't have a good race weekend. Yeah, neither race was especially that great. The Truck Series race was a snooze fest, and the Cup Series race was ruined by a Joey Logano win that's not good for anyone except Joey Logano fans. But still, could be worse. Anyways, it's time to sign off. Thank you for watching. Catch you guys next time. Peace out.